Okay, good morning class. So today your homework for today was exercise 11.4 and 11.5. Was there any issues with the exercise 11.4? Sorry? Out of 11.4. Anything other than number 4? Exercise 11.4, number 4 on page 377. Okay, and then out of exercise 11.5, any issues there? Just hang on. 11.5, number 4 and 7. Did I give you the whole exercise to do? No. So why you did number 4? You're just calling out numbers. No, sir. There was a girl when I calling out numbers. I was asking what the homework was or what the issues was. So as the one girl just shouted, give sir any number, me. Just say a number. Next exam, she was writing maths lit. Okay. So don't be like her. This was 11.5 on page. Sorry? 380. Okay. So, $11.4 on page 377. We are told that 55,000 rand is deposited into a savings account for 9 years. Okay, so let's draw a timeline. P0. This is fairly easy, so you don't actually need a timeline, okay? For 9 years, T9. The interest paid 8% per annum compound quarterly for the first 3 years. 8%. So it's one number 4. The interest then increased to 9% compounded monthly for the rest of the investment period. 9%. Calculate the total amount accumulated in the savings account at the end of 9 years. Okay, so I can do this in one calculation. You all agree with that? Okay, so A total is equal to 55,000 into 1 plus 0.08 over 4 to the exponent 4 times. So this is the amount lying at that point. So what happens now? What happens at that point? There's A. Oh yes, this is the class, no? So it's 1 plus 0.09 over 12 to the exponent 12 times. So that can be calculated as 55,000 open brackets 1 plus 0.08 over 4 to the exponent 4 times 3, which is 12, times 1 plus 0.09 over 12 to the exponent 12 times. How many years is that for? 6. Gives us a total of 119,450 56 and 20 cents. Is that correct? Okay. So who asked for this question? Right, where did you go wrong?
I heard how to that we did
The other method. Oh my words. Right, so let's take the blackboard out. So that gives us a total of 67,000 67,753. Sorry?
69.
753, comma 30. Thank you. So that's the amount lying here. That is A1. So A2 is going to be 69,753 into 1 plus 0,09 over 12. The exponent 12 times 6. So answer into 1 plus 0,09 over 12 to the exponent 12 times 6. 119,456 comma 20. Right, where do you go wrong?
I put it on 4 instead of 12.
But you understand?
Yeah.
But did you put a 4 or a 12 here on top? Yeah.
4.
So you went with compounded quarterly in both cases, okay? In question 11.5, Mrs. Mdlazi, did I say that right? Mdlazi? Not Mdlazi, no. Right. Saves money to buy a house. She opens a savings account and deposits 18,000 rand. And 1 year later, she deposits a further 14,000 rand. Okay, so a timeline. So initial deposit T0 is 18,000. 1 year later, she deposits a further 14,000 rand. 6 months after the second deposit, she adds 25,000. So this takes you to where? To 10, 1.5 years. Plus indicates a deposit. 6 months after the second deposit, she adds 25,000. Calculate how much money she has saved at the end of 4 years. At the end of 4 years. If the interest is 8.8% per annum compounded quarterly. Okay. You all okay with that? So is there any interest rate change here? No. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take 18,000 to the end, then 14,000 to the end, and then 25,000 to the end. Are you all okay with that? You all okay with it? Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of calculations involved. Okay? It's not an issue, but as you know, the periods are shorter today. Alright, so we also, when we use this method, taking the totals to the end, we stop at which points? At the change in interest rates. That is where we take it then to, before we take it to the end. Okay? So this year, a total, we're going to go straight into that. And yesterday I said in yesterday's lesson, I'll show you a way. Remember when we punched in the calculator, what happened? There wasn't enough memory in the calculator, not so? So I said I'm going to show you today how to do it with a quicker method, and it's going to work nicely in the sum. So it's going to be 18,000. I'm going to consider that part first. It's 18,000 into 1 plus, what's your interest rate? 0,088 over 4 to the exponent. How many years from 0 to 4? Huh? 4 years. Compounded quarterly. Not so? So what happens? He adds 14,000 14 into. Now we take this amount to the end now. Okay? So it's going to be 14,000 into 1 plus 0,088 over 4 to the exponent. 4 times. How many years is this for? 3 years. Not so. Now we say plus. We're going to take that 25,000 to the end. And how many years is it from 1.5 years to 4 years? Sorry? 2.5. It will be 25,000. 25,000 into 1 plus 0,088 over 4 to the exponent. How many? If you said 2.5 times. So what we do is, what do you notice here with regards to these terms? What do you notice? What is the same? The brackets are the same, not so. All of that is the same. And you put in the calculator every time, open brackets 1 plus 0,088 over 4. With next term again the same thing. Next term the same. So what I do is I replace this product, the interest factor here, into the calculator. So I say 1 plus 0,088 over 4. So that is what is inside the bracket. So that now, if I press answer, and that's the last answer calculated on the calculator. You all okay with that? So this is going to simply be 18,000. What do I press now? Answer to the exponent. 4 times 4. Plus what? 14,000. Oops. Plus 14,000. Then answer to the exponent. 4 times 3. Plus what? 25,000. Then answer the exponent. 2 times 5 times 4. That gives us 74,752 rand and 27 cents. Okay. Right, who got the sum wrong? Right, where did you go wrong? Right, read from the top, you don't need.
18,000, open bracket 1, but 6 times 4 times 1.
Sorry? 18,000, read again from there.
18,000, open bracket 1 plus 0,088 over 4, so this 24 times 1.
Okay, that's correct.
And then I added the 14,000 to my answer.
Yeah.
Then I got my answer 32,657.04.
Yes.
Open bracket 1 plus 0,088 over 4 times 4 to its 24 times 1.
Yes.
That's going to be 5,153.35. And then I didn't want to drop that.
So you stopped here. So what happened was, so you did this part. Okay, let's use the other color. So you worked 18,000 till there. Then you added this amount. Then you added that value, you worked that value to there. Then you added the 25,000. Okay. So at this point you must add the 25,000. Okay? Then you must get a new principal here. New P value. Then you take that P value for 2.5 years. You should get the answer. If you don't get the answer, get back to me and then we'll have a look at it closely and see where the issues are. But that is the problem at that point. In B, the question says, if she needs a deposit of 10% for a house. If she needs a deposit of 10% for the house, how much could she afford to spend on the house, assuming that she uses her savings as a deposit? So this is going to be a deposit amount. Not so. This is number 7. How to exercise 11.1. So how do we normally work out the deposit? You deposit. The total of the deposit is going to be the cash price times your percentage deposit. Not so? Not so? So the deposit in this case is 74,752 rand and 27 cents. That is the deposit amount. Not so? What's the cash price? That is what we want to calculate. How much of the cash price is the deposit? 10%. So it's going to be 10 over 100. So to get the cash price on its own, I'm going to say 74,752 and 27 cents must be divided by 10 over 100. It's going to give you 747,522 rand and 69 cents. Okay. Normally we work from the cash price times the interest and we get the deposit. Here we're working in reverse. Okay. So this is normally the problem. Okay. Working in reverse 4 lines. Alright. Any other problems with 11.5? Right, your homework will be 11.5 even numbers. 11.5 the even numbers, okay? Okay, now we're looking at changing interest rates, deposits and withdrawals. So now your timeline is going to become a bit busier. And you'll see now how the timeline is useful, how useful the timeline actually is to us. Okay, because I know the sums we've dealt with thus far, you could have done it without the timeline. Not so? But use the timeline. When using the timeline in that case, it now builds your confidence in using the timeline. Okay, so you'll see now it will become just a bit busier now. In this exercise, up until this point, we are told in this chapter we have dealt with problems where the interest rate changes, and in the last exercise you worked with problems where several deposits and withdrawals were made. In the next exercise we will combine these two concepts. So we're going to look at there's a withdrawal or a deposit and an interest rate change, increase or decrease taking place here. Okay. Okay, so let's look at this example here. This is example 1 on page 381. Example 1, page 381. Okay, so we're going to do the sum together. So you draw your line first. So we are told that the savings account is opened with a deposit of 4,000 rand. So do that entry on your timeline. So that's your initial, so it's T0 is 4,000. Right. And 4 years later, a second deposit of 6,300 Rand is made. So do that entry with your number and your timeline. So they'll take it to T4 is 6,300. The interest for the first 3 years is 12% per annum compounded annually. So do that entry. So when you do that, the entry is going to take it to T3. It's 12% per annum compounded annually, so it's 12%. The interest rate then increased to 13.5% per annum compounded monthly. So here they didn't specify for how long, so you take it to the end. Okay? Otherwise, if the interest rate has changed again, they would have specified how long that interest rate would have lasted. .5% compounded monthly. So it's going to be from there to the end. It's 13.5% compounded monthly. Calculate the total accumulated in the fund, in the savings account at the end of 7 years. So that takes you to T7. Alright. Okay. So what do we do now? Now we indicate whether variations needs to be taken into account. So the one is going to be at T3 and T4. So how many A formulas is going to be here? 3. You all agree with that? I'll do both methods for you. So we're going to start off with the long method. Okay. So you start at A1 equals P into 1 plus I to the exponent. So you're taking 4,000 Rand for 1 year. Do that quickly. Yes. Alright, so it's 4,000 into 1 plus 0 comma 1, 2, it's compounded monthly, yearly. So it's to the exponent 3. You all have that? What did you get here? 5,690 comma 71. Do you all agree that's your value, your savings value at this point? So what happens here? What happens at this point? Interest rate change. So the P value is going to be the same P value. So it's your next A formula. So work that part out quickly. Alright, so what do we get? 5,619 Rand and 71 cents into what? 1 plus 0,135 is 13, eh? Over 12 to the exponent, 12 times 1. That gives us an answer of 0.11. You all agree with that? So what happens now? We're adding. So your principal changes. So 6,427 Rand and 11 cents plus. Sorry? 12 cents. Plus 6,000. Yeah. You do accounting. I can hear you. The 1 cent is making, throwing you off, making you upset. That's nice. No? It's right. Must be precise. Right, so what does this give us? 12,727. Comma 1. You all agree with that? Any confusion at this point? You all okay with this? Okay, so remember that's your p-value lying here now. Okay? So you do that last part of the calculation for me. Azra? Is Auntie here? Okay, so for A3, it's going to be 12,727 Rand and 12 cents into 1 plus 0,135 over 12 to the exponent 12 times. So what is that answer? 19,038. Comma? You all understand? You all agree with that? Okay. But of course, you could have done it another way, another method. Move that down. Okay. What we normally do is we take it to where the interest rate changes. That's all. So A total is going to be 4,000. I'm going to consider the 4,000 there and then to the end. That's all. So it's 4,000 into 1 plus 0,12 over 1. So you don't need to put over anything. To the exponent. How many years is that for? 3 years. And of course the interest rate changes to 1 plus 0,135 over 12 to the exponent 12 times. How many years from there to there? 4 years. So I've considered that for 7 years. Plus. Now you see there's no other deposit withdrawal up until there. You see that? So that is this, taking that to the end now. So it's going to be 6,300 into 1 plus 0,135 over 12 to the exponent 12 times. So let's see. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace this one here. So since that forms twice as your answer button. So it's 1 plus 0,135. You don't have to do this. It just makes it a bit easier. But now you must remember that that is your answer button. So this one must be entered into the calculator. Can you see that? So we have 4,000 into 1 plus 0,12 to the exponent 3 times answer to the exponent is there 7 here? Is that correct? It's supposed to have been 4. So it's going to be 12 times 4 plus 6,300 into the answer to the exponent 12 times 3. Is that the same answer we got earlier on? 19,000 and 38 rand and 71 cents. Okay, you guys understand? Right. So, for homework, I want you guys to do out of exercise 11.6, you do for me the odd numbers. 11.7, the only difference there is that they have a withdrawal. Okay? So instead of a plus here, they could have had a minus. So what I want you guys to do is, out of exercise 11.7, you do the odd numbers as well. Okay. People, enjoy the rest of your day. Good morning, class.